Coming to you from the beautiful state of New Jersey, with your hosts, Russell Hasenauer, Jason Allentoff, and Jonathan Tuckerman. It's Hey Killer Live!
On? I don't even know. Are we too loud? I don't even know. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Oh my God.
What do you mean? Don't speak for a moment. What the hell is that?
Well, because I wanted to. I don't know. Well, because you want to go from the intro to us talking. I don't even know what we sound like. If we sound okay, if we look okay. It's just like the old days. We literally. What I would have loved.
What kind of crackerjack setup is this?
Same as it's always been.
No, it's a lot worse now than what
it is.
was.
Working with just one mic, which is maybe what we should have always done. I don't know.
Can everybody hear us?
Well, there's that delay. YouTube has a bigger delay than like Twitch and everything that I've been using lately. So let us know if there's if it sounds like crap or.
Oh, it's a delay. I'm like, why is my head still up there?
And also too, if you hear any excess noise, don't worry about it. The window's open, the fan's on. It's stuffy in here. We want to be comfortable.
It does. Can you turn that fan off?
I can.
It's blowing right at the. I'm wondering why it's picking up so much noise.
Wait a minute. We're gonna suffocate. Leave the freaking fan
No,
on.
we're turning the fan off.
It's all right.
We are?
Sounds fine for Dark Terror, and that's enough for me.
Wait, was it fine before the fan was turned off, or no?
It had to have been, because there's absolutely no way.
Nothing's changed.
This
is good.
Exactly. Narwhal, our moderator, is in. Travis Riley saying you sound good as fuck, Russ. Thank you, Travis.
Are we going to try to be more PG friendly?
No, not here.
Not
here. I wouldn't do that on this channel.
Well, I'm a father of 2 children now, because
you gotta teach
I had
young.
a son in between this show and the last one.
That's true.
That's true. Wait, you had another one?
Last time we did one.
2 children.
You
I
didn't
didn't know that.
What?
I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Wait a minute. All right, now he's just being a jerk. Remember we had Japanese food when we went out with Chad when he came back to town for that guest appearance in September of 2016. My son was born in August. You don't remember my son being born? You don't remember having the buffet? We went to
a buffet?
We went to
Eco.
It was
it's not a buffet. It's a hibachi.
What the hell is it called? You know what I mean? They
I
light the
just said it
fire
to
and they shove shrimps in your mouth.
Hey man, a lot of stuff has changed. I'm really fucked up.
We got real quick. We got James Junbao in. Hello.
Well, yes.
Dark Terror.
I would just like to say this.
Okay.
A lot of stuff did change because not only did Tuck offer me a beverage when I came in, but he gave me the really nice chair. So maybe these 2 years have made you a little bit more humble, haven't they?
I thought he always gave you the really nice chair.
No, I had to fight him for it. If you remember, with lower
Remy
lumbar
LeBeau
spine
is also
problems.
in. Deadpool had to head out, but stopping by to say hello. Good to have you here. Nick Nax. Michael Yule says, "What is this?" I know it's a relic of
Wait, did
YouTube's
he used to
past.
watch us or no? Was he just
I don't know
being
if
funny?
he's saying that. He's maybe just as surprised as anybody else.
All
Matt
right.
Lem. Narwhal Devil. Oh, I called him out
Are you
before.
yelling because the microphone's over there?
He's excited.
No, it's because this is my on-air voice.
Oh, because I'm not used to being in the corner with the ear quadrant.
What?
Well, you know why? Because when we used to sit here and have mics in front of us, we wouldn't have to scream as much.
Sorry, 209 missed this. I missed you too there. Sorry, 209. Has been some time. Big Die is in. Saying nice dual stream. Nah, I couldn't do. I wanted to try it, but look, we had enough trouble setting things up here with your internet that's supposedly better now.
It is better.
This
I don't remember your router being all the way up there.
Yeah.
There's no reason that this laptop should have any trouble broadcasting it. It still had a little hiccup here or there.
Hey man. Welcome.
So it was hard enough just getting this going.
Welcome to
Wicked Master Pete. Hello.
Remember what Chad used to call it? This was the Tuck Castle at one point.
Did he call? I don't remember that.
Yeah. Well, during Hurricane Sandy, he said you should storm Tuck's castle to use to charge up all your devices.
Immigrant Production says, "Hey guys, really nice to see you again. Good to have you in here. Hello.
Good to be seen.
Like your audience gets you go hang it up," says Chad. Chad, of course, is in there too. He's actually streaming right now.
Wow.
Nice.
How do you like that?
Eric Reardon, hello. Clinton Simmons, what's up?
I will say I saw Chad's little Twitch is ready to go live thing, and it was Instagram or Snapchat has those like little fucking devices where I guess it was a paparazzi thing, and it looked like it was taking pictures of him. It was like, oh hey, pose it for the camera, and all of a sudden he was like flat.
I've seen a few of those. Yeah, those are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so hello everybody. We're back.
Long Strider 259 over in Chad's Chad, he's restreaming it.
Oh, what the heck? How did it? Ah! Look at his head's floating. I didn't realize that.
So much technology has updated.
Well, I didn't know. What the hell is Twitch? Could you explain that to me, please, from someone who doesn't play video games?
Talk to him.
All right, what the hell is Twitch?
I mean, what do you want to know?
Is it like a streaming service for video games?
Mainly, but people do other things on there.
Like what? It's
Talk
like
shows,
a YouTube
IRL stuff, where like there's somebody I've been watching recently whose whole thing is that he's an American who moved to Japan.
Yeah.
And he'll just turn like on his phone and just broadcast as he walks around and lives his life, and people watch it. He's very successful.
For what? Is he a famous person? He's just one of those bloggers who
Twitch
just walks
famous,
around.
sure.
So should we be doing this on Twitch instead of YouTube? Is there a better residual?
Probably.
Because then they cancel
a lot of things went wrong with YouTube in the last few years.
Yeah, apparently all of the I guess the YouTube money is pennies now. Yeah,
dried up.
It's all pennies.
Unless you're one of those the things that my kids watch, those cookie swirl people who like open up blind bags all day and they just videotape themselves doing that. Yeah, it's
possible.
But is that
got like
even
a
still
million
a big thing
views.
now?
Yeah, every freaking week my daughter's watching a new one, and it's this woman. I don't know how old she is, but she's opening little toys and going around and everything else. It's like, come on now. And she's supposedly making a living off of this stuff.
Absolutely. A lot of people do.
Well,
not us.
I'm bitter.
I have
to work for
it. Too.
I have to work for it. Speaking of, I brought some gifts.
Really?
Oh, dear God.
Okay.
Okay.
Here you go.
It's a water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
From Jersey Shore Online.
Yes.
That's a great name.
Thank you.
That you've got there.
Leave this here as a sponsor tag.
Oh, there we go.
That's the kind of name that somebody might pay big bucks for.
Whoa, whoops.
Wow, you actually hit the
I
camera.
was
Good
supposed
job.
to move it to the side. All right.
That's the kind of name that'll get a lot of web traffic.
Right? JerseyShoreOnline.com. Friends, if you could do me a favor and go check it out.
You know,
click on a banner edit.
You really disappoint me. Shameless self-promotion.
I do.
As always.
What do you mean? Why is that disappointing?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you have expected it? I'm just saying you could use these water bottles for nice sustenance. You put water in there. I would wash them first, though, because they came right from the factory in the box. So they kind of smell like
So you're saying we have to clean them first?
You probably should. I suggest it.
I prefer the chemicals. So
yeah,
it helps the immune system.
Helps it do what?
Flush out everything.
Okay.
All right, so let me see. I'm going to go back to our chat now. Qverk says, who is here from Sunday? I really like that. I'm glad that there's some people who are who have found me being viewers, because that's my boss. That's the one that I work for.
Sorry.
I know. It's not you're not the audience for
I
it.
didn't know who he was.
And
so
you haven't watched
realize
anything
his name.
outside of old
Apologize.
70s and
Really?
80s shows
No?
in the last few
Come on
years.
now.
So
there's a reason for that. There's a reason.
Yeah,
like
I gave you the time. What's the reason?
Okay, the reason is by the time I get done with my work day, and my wife, who does everything for the kids, I don't do much of anything, I could just admit that, but once the kids go to sleep and once everything is quiet and I could unwind, my brain can no longer take new information.
Right.
So I need to watch garbage reruns of shows that I've seen a gazillion times.
Right.
I need to watch, like Impractical Jokers, that kind of stuff, because I cannot
at least
get
they have
into
new episodes.
and
it's
I can't get into a show with a plot right now. I need to wait until I can kind of diffuse a bit. Unfortunately, there's no diffusing time because my life is connected to the website and work. As you saw, as we started the show, there was breaking news, so I had to tend to that.
Understood.
So I've managed to slice myself in 15 pieces, but something always suffers. So, I mean, I haven't watched much movie and TV in the last couple of years. I mean, literally, I can tell you the last few movies I saw.
Hey,
I saw Spectre. I saw
that was a long time.
That was like
re-release.
2015,
Yeah, that was the last show. We did the thing when the trailer came out.
I remember that.
Then you never saw me again. I saw that. I saw the Vertigo 60th anniversary re-release. And then the Mr. Rogers movie, which I sat in the theater and cried like a baby the entire time.
Wait,
so did Christine. I didn't get to go. I had to work that
Great
day, but
movie.
you saw? It was the documentary movie.
Well, Should Be My Neighbor, the one that's
the other one's not out yet.
I was
that's
just gonna
Tom
say,
Hanks.
not
They
the
put out
Tom
pictures.
Hanks one, yeah.
They put out, and he looks great for the role. I thought it was just going to look like Tom Hanks.
So that was it.
With a little powder in his hair, dressed
Mission
up like
Impossible.
But he actually looks like
I missed everything. All the
Mission
movies.
Impossible was great.
I wanted to see it. I missed it.
Did you see the 5th Mission Impossible?
The Rogue Nation. No, that's the new one. What's the last one? I saw the 5th one. When he goes under the water and he goes, that one was great.
I will say, I liked that one better than the new one.
As
great as the new one was, at least you saw the best Mission Impossible, I think.
I've seen all the others.
So there's some questions, because if you remember, that's a thing we used to do.
Questions.
And James Esposito.
Not our questions. Questions from
the audience.
Watching.
Yeah, James Esposito. The proprietor of the wonderful Mystic Island Pizza down in Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey.
I met him. I met you.
Yes, you did. You got to go with us sometime. It's the best pizza
He's
I've ever had.
He's the proprietor of a restaurant locally. JerseyShoreOnline.com might be a good avenue for advertising.
He says, "What's that big stain on your shoulder?"
Oh, my father's calling me. Hold on a minute.
It's your dad.
Hold on a minute.
What's that big stain on your shoulder?
Hey, can I call you back later or tomorrow? You probably shouldn't. Probably wait until after the test. All right. Thank you. All right, love you. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Qverx. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Sorry,
What's stain on my shoulder? What the fuck's wrong with my shoulder?
We'll get back to it, but Real Pixel Nerd. Hello.
What stain?
Good evening. We got...
What stain?
Deadpool says, "Do you guys want free T-shirts?"
What shoulder?
Everybody loves a free T-shirt.
Who has that?
My size is getting a little bigger now.
Wait,
I don't know
where
if you've
are
got...
we?
What?
What shoulder? What is he talking about? What
I
stain?
assume the camera side shoulder, but I'm not going to get into it too much.
Is there something on my shoulder for real?
I don't see it, but they got their own view of what's going on. See,
it could be a
Is Chad watching? Chad, help!
No, he's streaming.
What's on my shoulder?
He stopped in briefly. He's doing his own thing.
Oh.
In fact, you want to see? There he is. He's right. Why isn't it
I don't
switching?
see his
There he is.
Oh, okay.
He's playing a video game.
Oh, he's not. He has no time for us.
Yeah, no, he's doing his own thing.
All right. So what's on my shoulder?
Nothing.
Is it a chip?
It could be.
Is that like a joke? It's like
know.
the chip on your shoulder. Who said this? The pizza guy?
Oh, maybe.
Is this the pizza guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where's this restaurant?
Little Egg Harbor.
Down by you. You probably live the closest.
Yeah.
We don't talk about locations.
I didn't say your
You
location.
should go. Say location.
You should go with us sometime. It's very good.
It's all right. It's shameless self-promotion.
You have no idea what I've gone through in the last few months.
You don't
I
know
had
what I've got.
I had two gout
It
attacks.
went through the mic.
I had 2 gout attacks.
2 gout attacks. What does a gout attack feel like?
Like someone took a jackhammer to my big toes,
Ooh.
but then I got it in one of the entire foot.
Okay.
So I couldn't walk for a couple of days. It was bad.
I used to joke when we were younger that we were all going to get gout. Sorry.
Well, they do
Jokes
say
quickly become reality.
they do say it's a rich man's disease. I could tell you that's just by name. It has nothing to do with dollars and cents.
You're not rich?
No.
Why not?
That hog is pretty empty now. Just a lot of hogs going away.
Well, we got some questions. I'm sure everybody's really confused.
It's fine. They're
not? Okay,
they know what's
I
up.
don't know.
I can't see the comments.
Oh, man.
I can't see it either.
I need a new prescription. I'm still wearing the same pair of glasses I wore last time, and my son has already broken part of it. You can tell. There's a piece.
Why'd you give him your glasses?
He took them off my face.
Why'd you let him do that?
I tried not to, but he's his own free will.
Well, you're a big adult.
You should punish
You should
that
stop
kid.
him. Not
You punish that child.
Well, I just have to get a new pair of glasses
Tuck
anyway.
Tuck would put them in stocks outside the house. That's why it's good you don't have kids.
Hey, listen, I'm going to do what my father did to me.
Put you in the stocks. I got it.
You fucking
Why do you
threw
think I
me
said
out there. I got chained.
What? You're acting out of turn. Get outside, survive.
That's pretty much it.
Lean in a little more to the old...
Oh, me?
Yeah. Is that a gremlin in the background? It is.
Yes, it is.
Right here. And a puppet Tuck.
Yeah,
So
it's
still have your
Stripe.
puppet.
Stripe fell. The wind took him, and both his arms fell off. So I got to super glue him. And by the way, that gremlin is original. That's an original toy from Gremlins, from back when the movie came out.
And the arms broke off.
Well, when I was a child, I broke one of the arms and super glued them, and then everything was fine. And then I found him.
An original, you let the arms break off.
Yeah.
That
was before when you realized that the Ghostbuster, the original Ghostbuster thing, is like worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I destroyed that as a kid.
You think
all the Star Wars toys I had?
I'm sure from the day you started getting toys, you saw their value.
Probably not.
Come on, you seem like the
if
type
that was
as
the
a little
case,
kid would be like, gotta keep it in perfect condition.
If that's the case, then I would have my original Talking Knight 2000, and I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it is.
Is that a Knight Rider thing?
Well, it's the car.
Okay.
Knight 2000 was the name.
Was that the name? I didn't think about it, to be honest.
Knight Industries 2000.
I just thought of it as kit. I never really considered what it stood for, but now that you say that, okay, I get it. So James is asking what's on the roster for the show tonight. I figure what we should do is maybe let's go around the table. Let's catch up on what... we haven't done a stream since March, I believe it was, in 2016.
And I haven't been involved since 2015, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I vanished after the Spectre trailer.
That stream was the one that... It was you, me, and Christine at the time. Who,
because I kind of fizzled out, you know. And
well, you had... It was
life
tougher
set
for you,
in.
yeah. I
mean,
you
set in.
You're a father now.
Well, I was a father then, but now I have another one.
But what I mean is it's not like you have the kid and instantly go, all right, it's done. You tried. You hung on for a bit to keep some semblance of your old life.
Yeah, there's no point now. It's just kind of giving in and realizing that, you know, you got to put your big boy pants on.
Oh, by the way, Real Pixel Nerd is probably the biggest reason why this happened. He was the one that initially brought it up on Twitter. It's not that I didn't want it to happen, because I've thought about it here and there. Oh, it'd be fun to do the old show, but once it got there on Twitter, I was like, you know what? I'm glad that somebody brought it up because I wanted to make it happen. That's when I hit you guys up in the Facebook message. Like,
I haven't seen you since September of 2016 when we had Japanese food with Chad, and I saw you, a month or two ago when we had dinner for the first time in 2 years?
Table too hard.
Sorry, sir.
This.
I'll just keep my hands folded. It's just easier.
That's actually a good idea.
Okay. So this is nice.
So
feels like we never left.
So let's do
it really does.
So let's do some catching up.
Like
the good, the bad, and everything.
Right back into it.
Yes.
Everything in between. How have you been?
Why don't you start with him?
How have you been?
Start with me?
Well, because wasn't my name last after I kind of fizzled out for a while?
No, my name was last.
Well, on the original opening, I was second. It was Russell, me, and then you. But then,
I think that
later, we would plug the show.
We played the intro at the beginning. We couldn't hear it.
All right, is that going to start with me? Oh God, not a whole lot's changed. Literally,
you're a time capsule.
I think, yeah, I am a time capsule.
You are very much the same.
Nothing really has changed. I think the last time was I in a band the last time we did this? Was I not in a band? It's been a long time since I've been in a band. I don't
think you were at the time, or you were just doing some stuff maybe with Jim.
That might.
I think that's actually because I remember talking to you guys about it when Jim would show up now and again for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of back in a band again. That's about it.
Everybody, I still haven't heard it, and yet your band.
Oh, I can play some afterwards.
I'd like to hear it.
Unless there's a way. Actually, I was part of a little project with members of the band, but not including the band. If that makes any sense. Myself, the singer, and the other guitar player. He came in with a song. We went to the studio, and we just did it ourselves. And very different than what anybody has ever heard me be a part of. And also, I recorded bass guitar, which is primarily what I do in the band now. Not so much real guitar anymore.
Right.
Real guitar, 6-string guitar. So I do bass, but on the song, I do bass and acoustic guitar tracks on it.
Can people find this anywhere?
Yeah, sadly, yes. It got released.
Sadly.
It got.
Sadly.
Listen, this is the great thing.
Shouldn't you be proud of your work?
Are you saying that the response hasn't been what you wanted?
No.
What are you saying?
You're very confusing.
That's the problem, because it was released, in my opinion, I don't own the song. The song was released a bit prematurely. However, it's fine. It's out there. I don't know the link or anything, which does not help this at all. However, if I do decide to share that link, I'll make sure Russell does it.
Big Guy says bass, the fake guitar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just ask your other cohorts to get the link so you can...
Oh, no, I have the link. I don't know what it is.
You're just a little shy. I got you.
No, I'm not. You know what with music, I'll let everybody
hear all the shit. You don't know what it is.
Sorry, tonight's a bass player.
It's one of those long URLs with all the...
It's on Bandcamp, whatever the fuck that is now. That's where I know it is. What I'm trying to say, you keep interrupting me. If it were up to me, I would have released it a different way. Remember, you and I had a conversation. I said I want to do like a lyric video. and release it that way on YouTube. That way it's easier for people to share the link. When you share the link, you see the image. Hey, new song by Tuck and whoever. And you click on it and the video starts. This is a little bit more complicated than sharing the link. It's like, oh, what am I looking at? It's a bit... So it wasn't up to me. And those of you that play music, you'll know what I mean when I say this. I'm just the bass player. I don't care. So it is what it is. So I'll share the link.
Never mind. I was going to say, may I speak now? Because every time I interrupted, I thought I had waited for a little break and pause in the action.
Well, I'm trying to explain something.
I guess I would tuck on this one.
Really?
Yes.
I made little pauses, waited for him to stop, take a breath.
But you're better than you used to be.
Oh, what, at interrupting?
Yes. Or should I say, worse at interrupting, which is a good thing. But now it's your turn. Go ahead. What are you doing?
Well, what are you doing?
No, I go last. If you wanted to make Tuck go first based on that order thing you brought up, then you're second.
Well, it's kind of like when I go to a restaurant. I let everybody else order first while I sit and try to decide the menu.
It's because you're indecisive.
Well, there's too many choices.
Jason will wait with the waiter or waitress there. He will look over the menu while they're waiting to hear his order, to the point where eventually it becomes funny and the waitstaff starts to laugh and we'll go,
no,
and then too much more time passes and then everybody gets uncomfortable again. And then eventually the waitstaff goes, I can just come back, and you're just like, well, no, I just get...
No, now...
And then it's back to silence.
Now who's interrupting? What I was saying was, oftentimes what happens is, everybody has their order pre-planned. So when they start speaking, they go pretty quick with what they want. And sometimes I don't have ample time enough to look at the menu, hence why it takes a little extra time. And then oftentimes I want to hear what you guys are ordering first to make a decision if I might like what you guys are having. That's all. There's no conspiracy theory. There's nothing wacky about it. It's just how it is. And yes, sometimes I provide some entertainment for the staff. Just how it goes. All right, so how have I been for the last couple of years?
Like what time do you griddle your last pancake?
That
was just being
so good.
Or when I called the store for soda jerk hats. We gotta find that recording.
When do you bag your leg? It is.
Off guard.
It is. It was all in good fun back in the day.
Although my favorite quote of yours, which of course I think I think it would, correct me if I'm wrong. I think James Jumbow actually made a little picture, and we were gonna make T-shirts back in the day. If the rubber fits, with your face on it.
Oh right,
yes.
We were gonna make
the rubber fits. Yes. I remember that. And also, what was the one about the cinnamon buns? You can't just eat one cinnamon bun or something.
Oh God.
All right. Anyway, so an update on where I've been and how I've been doing. I've been doing good. So I had a son in between the last show and this one, and I've been tired and working some more. I was made vice president of Micromedia Publication. You knew this already. You saw the press release. Oh. And we launched JerseyShoreOnline.com last year, and we're now averaging over 200,000 unique visits a month. And I'm not sleeping, because breaking news continues to happen even while we're sitting here talking.
Yeah, it happened right before we went on.
Look at the phone. I'm just going to deal with it.
I'll say that's the reason why we went on 8 minutes late.
Well, you can blame it, but you also had to take a leak.
It's true.
So yeah, life's been good. I'm tired. I haven't seen a lot of movies in time. I've been watching a lot of kids programming because the kids like to watch TV and YouTube videos of people opening up toys and playing. And yeah. Oh, do you have anything specific?
I have plenty going on that I can talk about, but I want to make sure we get everything you want to talk about out of the way there.
I don't remember this being the format of the show, though.
Well, no, usually we didn't take forever in between shows, so there wasn't as much to catch up on. Oh. Brandon Blair also with the Holy Shit, Hey Killer Live is back.
Well,
hello.
He's a time capsule. I guess in some ways certain things are the same. I mean, today is Global James Bond Day, so I'm excited about that.
I didn't know this.
5th. It's all over my Facebook page today.
I don't go on your Facebook page. I don't go on Facebook much.
Okay, well, I
actually
really
had
use it
for a little while. I had notifications turned off for you because and we talked about this for a short time. Every time you posted something, on your Facebook, it just turned into everybody yelling at each other, and I was like, I don't want to read this anymore.
Well, I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, we won't.
Because there have been plenty of things that I've written over time, and now
I think I have my notifications back off.
And now, well, thank you.
So I didn't.
Now, what I try to do about something, I'll type it out in the box, but I won't actually send it. So there was something yesterday that I wanted to share. Hold on.
There is something
yesterday that I wanted to share, and I had it all set to hit the button. I typed out what I was going to say, and then I said, you know what? I better not. Because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set myself up for a whole evening of trying to defend myself. So I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. So that's the best therapy for that you could imagine.
Some people are still getting in here, by the way, so I just want to shout out to Elon Weinstock, who's been in. I just wanted to finally get that in, just to make sure I'm covering everybody. But also Purple Turkey and Scott Sullivan.
Purple Turkey.
Back. It's been
Purple Turkey.
Purple
Turkey. Oh, and Pandroid. Hello.
How many people are watching now?
36.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty
I think we broke a record.
It's decent.
No, we had time.
Sorry, 209 actually asked before if this will be a regular thing now or an on and off thing.
We don't know.
I don't think our lives are
possible.
At a point.
I mean,
Maybe
we'd have to figure something out.
No, I'm just kidding. It's
overnights.
We would definitely. It would not be. It's going to happen this day every week, or even every month. It's just going to be whenever we can do it, because we don't have those kinds of lives anymore where we can just. We have this time, especially you, with the kids and everything. So we'll do this when we can. I was really happy to get this together. That's why when I saw the message, I'm like, I want to do that, because doing this show was one of the more fulfilling times I've had creatively.
Well, you know what's funny, and I was thinking about it on the drive here, because something came up on Facebook where it's like the anniversary of something that happened or whatever, and I got a notification today. Why it came early, I don't know. But it said on October 13th, 2015, it was a picture of me in my chagrined face to find out as I was halfway to your house that the show had been canceled. I don't know if you remember that. Oh, we're not doing the show today. What? And I was like down the street by the gas station.
That sounds familiar.
So, yeah, it's fulfilling. But then also on the drive, I was also thinking about how we used to spend, like 7 or 8 hours on your couch in your apartment.
That was a much
different. How the hell did we do that?
Well, obviously, my job afforded me plenty of free time. How did you do that?
I was on the radio at the time, and I still don't know how I did that.
We did it on a day I had off.
Like Wednesday, wasn't it? Like Wednesday? Yes. And Chad was there, and everybody, like, for freaking 8 or 9 hours.
We were doing the Indie Mogul stuff.
Did he live with you for a while at the time?
It was like half. It was like if we were working, he would stay the night on the couch.
Yeah, but it was just funny how that came up. Anyway, I'm just thinking about it.
But there's some really good questions coming. I'll get to them. I'll make sure to scroll up.
I have one question though, because this is for those of you in Facebook land. I am a part of. I live in my neighborhood, and of course, most people on Facebook. Yes, I live in my neighborhood, and
I hope so.
And you have Facebook groups, like they have their own local neighborhood watch. My question to you, sir, is when you post all your stuff, which I don't mind. Hey, sometimes I get breaking news from you all the time. I see all the shit you post.
Okay.
So, my question is, how the fuck are you in my goddamn neighborhood?
He's in everybody's neighborhood.
You're in everybody's neighborhood.
He's a local newspaperman.
Well, hold on though. It's not just the website. It's not just the multimedia productions. Micromedia Productions.
Not the first time you made that mistake,
but it's your own Facebook face shows up in my neighborhood breaking news stories.
Well, you know what I do. You know what you do.
I'd like to see your driver's license with the address showing my neighborhood.
Here's the thing, okay? I'll explain that. A lot of Facebook groups have rules. When you go to enter a Facebook group, you're asked a series of questions. When they say, do you live here? I write, I do not, -media. And then it says, why do you want to join the page? You listening?
Yes.
My phone vibrated.
Oh, that's very distracting.
I know.
Why do you want to join the page? And I write in there, I feel that there are stories that we could share for your community that will be having some interest to your readers. And I would say 8 out of 10 times, we get access to them. People say, okay, thank you. And then, believe it or not, there's another brick. Were we allowed to say where we were?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Don't remember. There's a community group you're town that just started sharing our stuff where I don't have to post anything. They actually share it already, automatically. So that's an answer to your question. So there have been like homeowners associations and things that won't let us in.
Yes.
But most of the time...
The 55 and olders.
Well, no, they love our papers. But most of the time when I write that, saying, honestly, no, I do not live in your town, this is why I want to join, they're fine with it. So that's how we get away with that.
Okay. You answered my question very professionally.
Is this the Lake... Oh, sorry.
Lake Riviera, yeah.
The group! Yeah, they're pretty good at letting us put stuff in.
Oh, okay. All right, I was just curious.
This is how you...
I'm trying to avoid giving out his location.
Yes. Hello.
But unfortunately, we keep stepping in it.
Hi. How are you? Doing the show. Remember this? Flash or
many years.
I almost said flash to the past. That's not the
blast
from
blue light
the
out
past.
You're starting to sound like me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
No.
We're all getting old.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. That was a great answer to that question. So I appreciate that.
Is that all you needed to know?
That's all that I needed to know.
Friends, this is the last. I'll bring it up. If you guys want to check out something neat, JerseyShoreOnline.com. That's our website.
Everyone should do that.
If you want to check out New Jersey news.
If you care about the news around here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we got questions. What's going on here?
Well,
can I turn the fan back?
Please!
Just make sure it's not pointing directly at the microphone.
I don't think it's going to be that much of a distortion. I think with Tuck's back being there, it should keep the water, the air. Wait.
Just give it a couple minutes.
Wait.
Oh wait,
I was going to say it.
I just turned the fan on.
If
it's noisy, just let me know.
I'm watching this.
Yeah.
It'll be coming up, right?
I don't know.
You know what? Fine. Just let it run.
Okay. Fuck it.
Vise, hello. Who else we got in?
Right,
Sir Panda, of course.
Let's do some questions
Panda.
here.
Crazy mixed up pup.
Wait, Blind Panda's in here?
Yeah. No. Sir Panda. Panda. You know Panda.
They do?
Yeah. Maybe you know him by his real name? I don't know. But I don't know if people know his real name, so I'm not gonna say
I'm going to say the last 2 years...
Quentin Simmons.
The last 2 years, my memory has really slipped. I got problems.
Yeah, so when we were last doing this, I was doing a lot of gaming stuff.
You still are.
The Snake Fist Explosion thing.
You still are.
I'm not doing that.
You're doing gaming stuff.
But I'm out of that of SFE, that's for sure.
Okay.
I fucking stopped that. But that's an important thing, because that's kind of what I was doing for many years and trying to do something with.
Yes.
And eventually, here's the thing that people didn't realize so much. Because I was trying so hard to make it work, I was fucking miserable for years. That may have also contributed to why I stopped doing this. It's just because of the fucking misery I was living in doing that bullshit.
But I will say this, though. I remember you coming over here. You really put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. And you were always... If you were miserable, I never knew.
I'm good like that.
You are good like that.
I don't tend to bring my... I don't like bringing up my problems. But, yeah, goddamn. Just imagine... Here's how I'll put it to you. Imagine if every... You'll probably be like, that's what my job is. I'll be like, imagine every day you went into work for years. Not just every single day. There was just somebody there to tell you every single thing you said. They just go, wow. Great. And then, what else? What else is another thing?
That's me. I'm on the flip side.
Yeah.
At my job.
And then, like, let's say you put something down, someone's just there to go, you're so fucking stupid.
Wow.
That was me for years. Well, did you like that?
No.
Exactly.
I get that all the time, though, when we post stories that people don't like, or...
Yeah.
But imagine if they letters to the editor that say letters to the editor, and people ignore that disclaimer, and they think it's our opinion, and we're like, no... We don't necessarily think this is the right way, but this is the opinion of the writer.
Well, now imagine they worked with you, and you had to deal with that speaking to your face every day.
Couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, so
no, but
that's why I had to get out.
No, but the difference is that those people that send those messages, they would never say it to your face. That's the difference.
That's the other thing.
Sorry.
And that's the sort of shitty thing, is that part of why I want to get back to doing this is I was happy doing this. I enjoy our talks. And it's, for a while I went with the other thing because it's like, oh my god, it seems like it's taking off. It's actually starting to work, but over time...
completely understandable.
God, what
completely understandable. I get it. I get it 100%.
Now I wish I could have some of those years back. But here we are. I would like to start doing this again. Again, we can't do it every week. I wish we could. But it is what it is now. But yeah, would you guys be trying to do this maybe once a month?
Yeah, it's possible.
I'd love to.
You Thursday, Fridays, I'm good.
Those are your days off?
I'm good.
Friday might work better.
Yeah, Applebee's after this, by the way, says sorry 209. Actually, that was the original plan, and then
Fridays now has ices.
I'm gonna ruin his Friday's experience.
Why?
Because I'm gonna get shit faced.
Yeah.
Before he gets to order his icy.
Why would that ruin my time?
Do I need to drive you?
Because I want us to get kicked out. I hate Fridays.
Yeah, he's not a fan of Fridays.
I fucking hate
Then
Fridays.
when I suggested it, then why did you say you
Because
will go
I
there?
want you to be happy, Jason.
Wow, look. An offer of a beverage? A chair?
And happiness.
And happiness? Are you okay?
No.
Do you have a terminal illness? Are you alright? What's going on here?
Breaking news, everybody.
Alright, no. If you really want to go to Applebee's, I could say I'll get an icy another time.
Well, I will say this, though, since it is a Friday evening, Applebee's will probably be out of the question because that is at least back in the day, that was like, it's Friday. It's actually Friday, and Applebee's is the high school crowd.
Ooh, no thanks.
Ooh.
All right, so we don't want to go to Fridays then?
I don't give a shit.
I thought these chain restaurants aren't doing well anymore. So many of them are closing now.
Fridays has slushies? Asks Christine.
No, not slushies. Icy.
Icy.
With the
Hi,
cup.
Christine.
They give you the regular cup from the icy days. Who said that? Christine?
Yeah.
You're Christine?
Yeah.
Hi, Christine!
It's mine. Yes, mine.
You're Christine.
It's my Christine.
The vibrations come through the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Jason. No, that was his phone went off. Took it off the tape.
Sorry.
How could you?
Oh.
And now everybody knows when you're getting texts. Work texts and such.
Sorry.
Anything
Bear
keep
with
know
me a
about?
second.
Do we-
No.
Do we have any questions?
There's plenty of questions.
Yes.
By all means, keep asking away. Let's see. You got out? Yeah. I got out.
Wait, was that for
That was from
all of us?
from earlier. Jason, what happened to WBMA? That's a good question. Eli Von Stock asking that one.
Okay, well,
Oh,
when
I
I
remember
had
that name.
when I had
Yeah.
found out that YouTube had changed all their policies, and I'd have to get like 4 million hours of view time to be able to make a nickel, I said it wasn't really worth it, so I kind of abandoned the project. And every single thing that I've tried to start on YouTube, when I've realized, hey, it's going to take me time and I'm not going to make any money, I've backed away. So I've been known to create Facebook pages and delete them because I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with that.
They were great.
What? The WBMAs?
Yeah. I always looked forward to them.
There was one about ices. The machine was always on defrost when you go in there.
That's true.
But what's nice about Fridays is it was perfect when they brought it to me. Nice cup, no defrost.
We can
They
go
better
to,
live up to your expectations.
You know,
I
it's
hope
funny.
so.
We could go to my neighbor's. He's got a Slurpee machine in his backyard.
I bet there's mold in it because he doesn't clean it out.
Brand spanking. Oh no, they take care of their
He's
shit.
got a Slurpee machine in his backyard?
He's got yeah.
Exposed to the elements?
He built.
Is
the
it
whole,
like in a bar area kind of thing
It's
with a
a
canopy?
whole hutch. Yeah, the whole thing. It is locked and sealed. He's got a sink. I think he's got a sink in there. He's got a pretzel machine in there.
Maybe we could host another show from there.
You know what?
Do a live show from
They
his
would probably,
bar.
You know, they'd probably be all for it.
Is
They're
he-
like seriously,
Is he a
every
distributor of Slurpee machines? Like, how does he have one? He bought one? You can buy
he
one of
got
those things?
Yeah.
Without being a
You can
franchise?
buy anything now.
Can you?
Yes.
All right.
eBay.
World Peace. Let's buy some World Peace. Can't we do that?
No, come on.
That
Gotta
would
make
count.
it interesting. Fuck world peace. Come on.
That would make it interesting. All right.
What other questions we got?
Sorry, 209 with the Russ, any filmmaking plans in the future? Yeah, I'd kind of like to get back to it because
Yeah, that was gonna be my question.
Well, here's what, and this kind of like what I was saying before.
Yes.
A lot of my love for filmmaking, I had to kind of admit to myself earlier this year. I was like, I didn't enjoy it anymore, and that's part of why I think I just stopped doing it. I kept wanting to do it because that's my thing I do, right? But I just hated it, and every time I got into it, eventually I'd be like, I don't want to do this because I was not enjoying it anymore.
That's how,
That's how you got with radio, right?
Well, no, I still like the radio, but what I really
still like
wanted to
filmmaking,
do would
but-
be a talk show host.
Okay.
And there's no jobs for being a talk show host for the radio. So unless I start a podcast, which nobody's going to listen to, there's really no point in me even trying at this point. I'd love to do a side gig,
right?
As having, I do this during the day, and then on the weekends I host this little talk show kind of thing.
You can always do that. You can do.
Well, the problem is nobody's hiring for a talk show.
Well, no, but you can do. Everything starts with a podcast. You
Eh.
do your own thing. You'll get.
Everybody has a podcast now, though. That's the hard part.
Well, yeah,
it's
kind of
like
phase out everything.
But like filmmaking.
Well, it's like remember when I was I first got into filmmaking for like the first 6 years.
I'm gonna put this in your head right now. So people know, people know you locally.
I guess
people know you locally. But here's the thing, though. You have the tools to promote yourself. You have a bigger scale to promote yourself.
Yeah.
You can do this podcast on your own, couple of hours, either on Saturday, Sunday, whenever you want to do it. And you can do it, you put it out there, and you say, hey, I have a podcast, or your letter to the editor, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you can promote yourself that way and do it. You have that capability.
Everybody does.
And there's self-confidence in me tonight.
But hang on.
I'm really impressed.
Hang on. Because
you okay? You feeling all right?
Somewhere in between this, what I think you're saying and what I agree with, and you were right about the filmmaking things, because that's what kind of happened almost like 12, 13 years ago now, I'd say roughly, because it was about when I was leaving NYFA, where all of a sudden everybody was doing it, and so the dynamic changes. So yeah, of course anybody can do it, but now the market is so
everything's saturated.
So I get it. It's different. When it used to be, if you said you had a podcast, people went, "That's cool. Where can I find it?" Yeah. Now it's like, "You have a podcast? So do I." Great.
So do I.
So does every single person I know.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the difference. You are already tapping into a built-in audience with the company that you work for. Whether people say it's great or say it sucks, you will always have more people that'll say it sucks, and that's your audience.
Yeah.
So you can do so. But the flip side of the coin is you're going to have to prepare yourself to potentially defend yourself. That's the thing.
Constantly.
Always.
Constantly.
It's the same thing. It doesn't matter if I'm doing something musically, Russell's doing something film-wise, you're doing something radio or news-wise.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You got to be able to defend yourself because everything's easy.
Well, I just don't know if I need more aggravation in my life. I have enough of that.
But here's the thing, though. You just said you would like to do it, and you enjoy doing it.
Yes. Just like I enjoy doing this program.
So you do it. That's why I jumped back into a band again. It was because I'm playing a different instrument.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that much. I do care. Don't get me wrong. I care. But it's nice to go in and just be able to contribute something.
So let me ask you a question, because I don't know if this is an age thing.
It's definitely
or if it's a lazy thing. I want to ask you.
It's
get your
both.
opinion. Oh, I'll tell you what it is. Ready? Okay. So the Chiller Theater Convention is coming up at the end of this month. And there's going to be a few people there that I want to see.
Phone on the table.
There's a few people that I want to see, including Jill St. John, Robert Wagner, the girl who played Tootie from The Facts of Life, and a bunch of other people, including a reunion with all the Love Boat people, including Gavin MacLeod, okay? When I was all gung-ho. I'm all excited about it. When I found out that it was in Parsippany, my first thought was, I don't want to drive up there. I guess I'm not going to go. Is that an old person thing, or is that a lazy man thing?
It's both. Jay, I'm going to give you a completely different scenario with the same result.
Called him Jay right there.
Yes. Sorry.
Very casual.
Let me move closer to that.
Yes, it's very good.
All right, let's move in.
So you guys know some of my friends. They're still constantly that are going to concerts. They're older than me. I may be the youngest one.
Okay.
Every other week, my phone blows up with a group of 6 people that are in there, and it's my one friend who always says concert announcement. And these shows are at way closer. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not talking that travel distance from where you live to Parsippany. This is like 20 minutes for me.
Did someone just make pizza rolls or something?
I heard that.
I don't know. Ding. But
so
that's
you just start salivating?
I have no interest to go see these bands. I like them. It's like, I'll listen to their albums all day and night. But do I really want to go to a show and stand there for 4 hours? And
so is that an old person thing, or is that a lazy man's thing?
To me, I would say it's both, even for me. It's an old man thing and a lazy thing. Because this is an old man thing. If I am going to go to a show, I'm getting seats. I don't care how much they cost. If I really want to go, I'm getting seats.
But even so, like, still there's the driving factor.
Driving doesn't bother me.
Well, driving doesn't usually bother me either, but then it's like, okay, well, I have to be there by 11:30 for the photo call with the cast. And the cast of Good Times is going to be there. And if you want a picture of the Love Boat people, it's like $155 on top of that. It doesn't include an autograph, $30 admission fee. Like, I had a chance to meet William Daniels 2 weeks ago, Mr. Feeney and the voice of Kit, and it was down in Atlantic City. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go to this thing. And then the morning of, my wife says, are you going to go? I'm like, no.
You're a real dad now.
Why not?
That's it.
Oh, well, I don't have the money for it. And parking and the crowds. I don't want to deal with crowds.
See, that's both.
Is that an old man
just
thing?
calling
That's
you dad?
old man.
Because that's a dad thing.
That's old man and lazy because you don't want to bother doing it.
And
that's it. Something that I want to do. It's like I get to the point where I'm like, oh, I can go do this and get a picture with Kit and everything else. The car was going to be there, the replica. And then it's like, well, you know, I got to do something else. Or, the kids want to play today. Something comes up.
Here's my question to you. What is, other than getting the picture and getting to meet them and shake their hands, this is a, let's just say, rounded about, this is like a 5-hour ordeal for about 30 seconds of pleasure. Is it really that worth it?
No, it really probably isn't. So by the time I parked the damn car...
You haven't met William Daniels before?
No.
Wow.
No. By the time I parked the car, pay for parking, pay the admission fee, have to walk through the crowds, have to try to get up close, have to make reservations for a photo call, have to wait for the photo to be developed or get a memory stick. Like, by that time, it's like, I want to go the hell home. I don't want to bother. And forget it. Do I want to be seen in public? Like, you know, I'd rather not. Like, let's just go home. I'll just stay home, for Christ's sake. Like, but is that an old man thing? I don't remember being that way when I was younger.
It's an old man thing and a lazy thing. It's a combination of both. Some outweigh the others.
Well, it's like I cry over everything now still, too. That's still a problem. I can't watch old movies without crying. You know, batteries not included. The building goes up in flames, and Carlos saves Jessica Tandy. I'm a wreck. Harry and the Hendersons. He says goodbye to him. I can't freaking not cry during that.
I always cry at that movie when that scene comes up.
God.
There's no shame in that. The batteries not included thing, maybe, but not that one.
I don't know.
All right.
This has turned into therapy. This is good.
Yeah. We could go, if it's therapy stuff, I could go on forever.
Well, wait. Before we came on the air, we were talking about my obesity problem.
And, okay, hang on. Let's tie it into this. Sorry, 209, I believe.
Something about our weights?
Well, somebody did say, I forget who it was, had a comment that was like, there's something very similar about all of Russ's friends' face thing. And I'm like, excuse me, me too here. Okay, I'm not alone here.
This is
where the hell did that come from?
Wait a minute,
right?
I'm
glad you said that. Hang on,
hold on a minute.
But I have to say something first because I'm glad you said that because usually I used to see Jason when there had been maybe a few months between seeing you. Yeah. He'd be like, "Oh, you lose weight." I never had. Finally, some acknowledgement that I have gained the weight.
Well, I said, where the hell did that come from?
Right here, yeah.
I'm probably, in all honesty, 150 pounds heavier than the last time I saw you.
I'm probably about...
I'm like pushing 400.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like 387 or something like that, give or take a few pounds.
I'm at about... Do you remember when I first started that diet where I lost all the weight back in the day?
Yeah.
I had hit 242. And that was the highest I'd ever hit. And I was
242
like, my God.
is about what my leg weighs.
Well, you're also much broader and taller, but I got you.
Suppose.
I remember thinking, God, I could never get heavier than this. Now I'm almost 285. And I'm like, okay.
And see, if I was 285, I would do a tap dance on the ceiling.
Oh, I know. But it's all relative, I guess.
I guess so.
Is that your phone again?
That was my phone. That sounded like his phone.
As long as it wasn't on the table, it's all good. But somebody also, sorry, 209, says, wasn't Jason on a diet last time he was on? That's the one I was going back to. So,
Jason has tried every single diet that there is. I've tried things where you fast. I've tried things where you eat nothing but meat. I've tried things where you cut out all the meat. I've tried low carb. I've tried high carb. I've tried every single thing. Low sugar, no starch. With it. Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, Medifast, everything. And it doesn't ever help. I lose a few pounds here and there, and then they come back on. And now, Every doctor is trying to push me towards the sleeve, and I'm terrified. Because one of the symptoms of the sleeve is permanent nausea. Now, when I get nauseous anyway, that's scary. But to contemplate the fact that it's a possibility that, forget death, that the possibility is to be nauseous all the time and not be able to drink a glass of water with dinner, I don't know how I can do it. What were you going to say earlier in the evening? You had some dieting tips because you said you've lost some weight, Tuck.
Yes.
Tell the audience about it.
It's going to the weight thing for me personally this last year. I have always been, everybody can attest to this, my weight has stayed the same for many years. Give or take a pound or two here or there. Except for when we were going to your place on Wednesdays back in the day. That's when that's when I really lost that weight.
When we did the old Hey Killer weight loss
challenge. That's where I really lost weight. And then it all blew up again. So what I was going to say, and I just started doing this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it has helped. However, you do have to pay attention to what you're eating.
Hold on 1 minute. I just want to get a recording of this.
Oh my God. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a recording that's going to be archived.
I don't have time for that.
Okay.
Speak.
Oh, Jesus. So what you're going to do, can you put that down? It's kind of freaking me out.
I would just love the visual of you later listening to it.
Yeah. So this is what you do.
I'll just plug it into the Bluetooth.
Right. You take a bottle of water. All right? Bottle of water. Take 1 sip out of it. That way it doesn't overflow. 2 teaspoons for the apple cider vinegar with the mother. It has to have to be.
Who's the mother?
Is
that the brand?
I'm trying to tell you. It has to have the mother in it. Some kind of weird ingredient. 2 tablespoons.
Wait, on the label it says the mother?
Yes. I'll show it to you. Okay?
That would be nice.
So 2 tablespoons. Anywhere between 15 minutes to a half hour. I just started kind of doing it 3 times a day. They say you don't do that, but I'm doing it anyway.
You drink it 3 times a day?
Yeah. So
a full bottle of that stuff?
A full bottle of water. That's all.
Well, how much? 2 teaspoons?
2 teaspoons.
Okay.
You can't. It has to be dilute because it tastes nasty. It's gonna burn your throat. And
how pleasant!
But it tastes nasty. It's terrible.
So what does it do?
It's whatever. I did all the research. I can't explain what it does, but it's a well-known fact, and it has worked for me. But
can I just interrupt? I have to. You did all the research, but you don't know anything about it.
No,
how does that happen?
Because I did it a while ago.
You didn't have any tests to pass here, Jason.
My mother and my sister, they were doing it, and then I started doing it. But the only way it works, you can't eat like a pig. That's the whole point of it. Because I went through a couple of weeks. It's like, oh my God, I literally lost 5 pounds in 1 week.
Really?
I lost 5 pounds in 1 week. And when I realized that I did that, the next week and a half, I didn't weigh myself, and I just continued. I ate a little bit more than what I should have.
Yeah.
Certain things that you're eating, it'll just counter-react. But it helps your digestive, your digestive system, and it kind of helps break shit down. But the moment, do you have acid reflux?
Yes.
Okay, so you really got to use maybe you should drink more water than just the regular 8-ounce bottle of water.
So what exactly does the apple cider vinegar do? Does it removes what from your system? Toxins?
Well, yes, yeah, like your toxins and all that stuff.
Or does it make you barf, and as a result you've lost weight because now you're throwing up every day?
No. That's
if you want to try that, Ipecac.
That's called bulimic.
That's the way to go. Why dirty your fingers?
But seriously, you do it. You drink it like half hour before you eat. Or I don't. That stuff. The timing
does it get rid of your appetite too? Is that what it?
Rodarius, hello.
What is
you're drinking the water.
Man?
You're drinking the water, so that kind of fills you up too. But you're gonna.
So couldn't I just drink water?
Well, you're gonna because the apple cider vinegar is
Michael,
gonna help.
You will.
It's whatever the toxins and everything in your stomach. Look it up.
Have you tried exercise combined with lower caloric intake?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Most proven thing to do.
Yes.
That's actually how I lost the weight originally.
I've gone to a gym. I've gone to a fitness trainer.
But how long?
I've gone to what?
How long did you stick with it?
For a while. Remember, I was doing those diet videos.
Yeah, but oh, that's right.
Went to the gym with Jamal religiously every freaking day.
Okay.
For weeks.
James asked if you had your thyroid checked.
Not since I was in high school.
You should.
I have a physical next week.
But I'm about to. I've kind of I wanted to start doing it again, but every other time when I start, like, immediately, like, all right, I'm going to immediately start eating less and exercising every day, it never works. So I've been sort of easing back into it. I haven't drank anything that isn't coffee, black coffee, or water in, like, a couple months.
Has it worked?
I mean, I don't want anything that isn't black coffee or water now, so I guess that helps.
No, but have you lost any weight?
But I mean, I haven't gained or lost. Like, I'm just saying, like, it was easing into it. So I'm like, I took care of that part.
Remember the diet you did once where all you ate was chicken?
Well, no, I mean, that's kind of what I'm...
breakfast, lunch, and dinner or something?
It was also pork, thank you very much.
I thought it was all chicken.
And broccoli and cauliflower, and that's kind of what I'm about to go back to.
Oh, the broccoli and chicken diet?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's basically vegetables and protein diet.
But if you're prone to kidney stones, there's a lot of protein.
Well, I also didn't drink enough water back then. Back when I did get my kidney stone years ago, now I drink water like...
You know, that's like one of my greatest fears in life is get a kidney stone?
It's not good. It's the worst pain I've ever felt. So you don't want it.
I don't want it. I've heard horror stories.
But Taylor Moore! Oh my God, that one goes back. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. The Kretz. Hello, welcome. We've had a few more people come in. I want to make sure to say hi to as many people as I can. Remember Roland? He's in.
Roland.
Oh, Roland.
Roland Brodarius.
Didn't Roland have a kid too?
I believe
in
so.
Between, right?
I believe so.
Congrats, Roland.
He could fill us in if he did.
Pretty sure he had a kid.
Wasn't Roland also a musician too?
I think so. Yeah. There's so many fans. Everybody loves us.
Is
it nice that they're all back today? Nothing's ever changed.
Nice.
We all live in a time capsule.
Puppet Tuck is creeping out Elon Weinstock.
Good.
Yeah, that's just going to make him happy. Let's see. You have to go to a gym, G-Y-M, not Jim, J-I-M, the guy that sells donuts. That may have been the issue, says Astro Hurricane. That's such an innocent joke.
There were videos of me on a treadmill next to Jamal. We went.
That was good when you were doing that. I mean, I'm about to... Okay. The exercise thing I'm about to start is they just opened... Or no, I'm sorry, it opens this weekend. So that's why I took this time.
What, a max challenge or something?
No, CKO kickboxing.
Oh,
remember,
okay. Yeah.
boxing was the thing that did it for me last time. That was my exercise.
You were really into
So, where I live, when you go out to the street, there's a bridge that goes over into where the town is.
Yeah.
That's where all the businesses are. It is the closest thing that isn't a residence in my area. As soon as you get into the commercial area, it's the first building now. I could walk there in 5 minutes.
That's convenient.
It's now so I was like, it's opening there. I have to do this.
Are you going to walk or are you going to drive?
I'll walk if it's nice, and if it's raining or snowing, obviously with the winter coming up, then yeah, I'll drive over. But it's right there.
Good.
So I'm like, I have to do this. That's why I kind of wanted... They built the shopping center. They've been coming for months. That's why I took that time to sort of get sugary drinks out.
Yeah.
And now it's just I gotta change the way I eat as I do this.
Yeah.
I really hope I can do something about it because God, I'm at that point now. I was getting the man boobs, but now I've got that little section over here that's starting to fall down.
Welcome
it's too
to the
much, right?
club.
Thank you. No high five. That we're part of a club. We shake hands now. I'm getting this little thing now. It's not much, but it's begun.
It's there.
And I need to stop that. So.
Can we move on?
Look at you and your apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
And
it says mother on the label.
I'll show.
It's not the brand.
Show it to you.
We used to talk about movies here,
yes.
And I know that one movie we talked about even back in the Indie Mogul days was you see, I did an interview with Tuck's father, a former executive for New Line Cinema, who told some stories, and one of the questions I asked him was, what is a movie that you really wanted to make and could have made, but it never worked out? And what your dad told me about was this book that he had gotten. He really wanted to make it into a movie. And he even had talked to Ed Harris. And Ed Harris was like, that sounds great. I'm in. I want to do it. Things were all lined up, and then something happened. The author had his own story of the book, but it was something to do with the rights, the movie rights to the book.
Did he contact you?
He did. He got in touch with me. That was like the end of the Indie Mogul days, so I didn't really have too much of a correspondence. But it hit the novel was called Meg.
That's right.
And you can find that interview, I'm sure, still on Indie Mogul somewhere, the interview with David Tuckerman, that tells you that it's him talking about how he was passionate about it. Yeah. Like, your dad was like, oh, I really wanted to make that movie. You could tell that it bugged him that he didn't make it.
Yes.
Now here we are in 2018. The movie came out. I remember when I first saw the trailer come out, I was like, oh my God, they made it. Like, finally. And so I saw it. I had a movie pass. That's another thing we could talk for a bit about. But when it was before it took its current downturn, we were seeing every movie we could.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Did something happen to your movie pass?
Something happened to Movie Pass. We'll talk more about that, but first, let's talk Meg. Tuck, you started talking to me about it before we even went on the air today. So what have you heard? Have you talked to your dad about it?
I have spoke to. Actually, he called me and he said I just got out of the movie.
Okay.
So he saw it. I didn't even see it. Of course, he was going to see it, and obviously, you know what his vision. What the hell was that?
That was my phone.
Oh, that was your phone.
Yeah. I don't keep it on the table.
Yeah, his vision of it, like he would have done things a lot differently. What? I don't remember what he said he wanted to do.
Quick goodbye. Hopefully this becomes at least a monthly thing. We'll see.
So yeah, but we talked very briefly about it, and he was just saying, hey, you know, I would have done things differently. I never would have done anything like this. He just would have. The big thing he always said, he just wanted to keep it with the shark. He didn't. I guess there was a gigantic octopus in it or something.
There is, yeah.
Okay, so he like those elements. He goes, maybe I'm probably saying the wrong thing, and if my father does watch this, he will correct me. I'm pretty much like he would have said, do that for Meg 2, you know, but just the first one you would have kept it with just the shark and made it all about the shark. That's what he would have done. He said he didn't like the Chinese angle of everything or whatever it was. I don't, but he said he just would have made it like Meg.
Yeah.
Just the shark. And that's it.
Well,
that's all.
Before I talk about the movie, just a quick hello and goodbye to Horror Beauty Effects, who's in, who I remember was one of the comments within the last year or two of people who still had commented on episodes saying, oh, I wish this was back. I really enjoyed the show. So glad you could at least stop in. Hopefully you get to check it out and enjoy the escape room.
Wait a second.
Yep.
I'm going to make a quick phone call. My father's in town. Should I? Or should we just keep it?
Why? Because we don't want to go too late. I mean, we got a father here.
You just hit an hour.
Yeah.
We've been on an hour.
I know. And originally my thought was about an hour. Clearly we were going to talk about more stuff. So we'll keep this going for like 20, 30 more minutes. And I don't want you to get home too late.
Well, how about this? If we do this in the next week or two, my father's going to be in town for a while.
I'd love to. It would be great.
Maybe a follow-up.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's absolutely do it.
A follow-up interview.
Let's see. Hey, lowercase and husky. Hello. So okay. And Peter Lindholm. I missed that one before. Here's what I was pretty excited to see the movie, even though I'd seen the reviews and it was very middle of the road. It wasn't. There was people who liked it and said it was just dumb fun, and then people who were like, it's not good. So, okay, this is how I describe the movie. It's like in the offices of the studio that made it. Mm-hmm. They had like 3 or 4 different shark movie scripts with totally different characters and different. And somebody was like, here, intern, go staple these for me or something, or go make copies. And on his way, he just dropped it, and they went everywhere. And he quickly just shoved them all together, and then stapled them. And someone read the confusing mess that came out of it. And was like, yeah, let's make this a movie.
You know, it's funny, not to interrupt you, but somewhere in Hollywood, that I'm sure has happened.
Good point. Well,
a career probably was lost and gained at the same time of that disaster happening.
It's okay. It's all over the place, and I'm not gonna do any major spoilers. But if you don't want to know anything about Meg, I'd say tune out a bit for this part.
Yeah, I'm tuning out.
But you want to know, but you don't want to miss. You don't want to be.
Where is it airing? Is it on a streaming service?
You don't want Meg ruined for you? Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do anything major.
Did you say soon or strewn?
Soon.
Oh,
hey, Tragic. Okay,
I'm like, what's strewn? Is that a new? Is that like a new?
Get yourself a T2I there, Tragic.
I said soon.
Okay, it's.
Wait, Booty Boo's here?
Yeah, he's here, and he wants to know what the best camera is to use if he wants to make a movie. And I said the T2I, of course. If we're going back that far. Here's the thing.
Is that the camera you wanted me to help you guys buy? And I'm like, no.
That was a 7D back in the day. All right, so movie kicks off. I'm fine with how it started because it did kind of like an old school when they show Jason Statham for the first time. He's living in like some Far East country alone, drinking heavily, but he's still ripped and in good shape. Somebody has to go find him and be like, because what happens in the beginning is that this grand plan of this rich guy that's Dwight Schrute plays. He's this big billionaire who wants he wants to have this mission to go to the deepest part of the ocean, but beyond where we already thought the deepest part of the ocean was, through this layer of cold water, or maybe it's warm water. Either way, they're like, I don't think that's the ground. I think that's more of like a mist, a fog, and you could go through it. And they send a team down there. And when they get down there, that's when the old octopus comes out, and their ship gets damaged, and they need somebody to go in and rescue them. So who do you think they call? Jason Statham, who in a prologue scene...
I'd call Jason Statham, too.
Who in a prologue scene is shown with a very similar disaster happening underwater, and he has to make the decision. He's getting his teammates out, and there's still one guy down there. And the guy's like, I'm coming, but there's no time, and he knows it. So he has to close the hatch on him, and he loses a team member. And, of course, everybody's real angry with him. They're like, you let him die. He's like, you all would have died. You know?
That was really good.
That's his attitude about it. And so, of course, years later, the doctor that's in the station, when he shows up, was on that team, and he's like, you called him? I don't trust him. He let a man die down there, and you're going to send him? So that's like, it had this really fun... It felt like an 80s movie. It felt like an 80s movie intro. I appreciate that. Then. Until it really starts going. Because that whole thing, if that had been the movie, this rescue mission for that'd be great. That's over in the first half hour.
Yeah.
And once they rescue, and of course his ex-wife is on the ship that he's got to save. But that's over in a half hour, and then comes the part where with the shark, the thing that's in the trailer where the shark comes up from the deep and is now in the ocean, near the beaches. Jaws style.
Feeding on everybody.
Yeah. One of the things that really hurt it was that, like, people's attitudes and their characters kept changing throughout the whole movie. Like, it would go from humor to serious in very weird ways. But there was this insistence on the, and you know what it's all about, the Chinese characters. They felt too forced in there because this movie was made with, half of it was American, but then the other half was Chinese, because now that's becoming the big market. And may eventually overtake the American market, apparently.
You okay over there?
This is just Jason doing his thing, you know.
What thing?
You know, when people are talking but you're not a part of it, so you start going like...
No, there's actually a genuine yawn.
I was just going to say, that felt like a genuine yawn.
It is.
Yeah, but now it was so forced. The Chinese characters didn't fit the rest. Like, the rest of it felt like an American action movie.
Right.
With some comedy thrown in. Their stuff felt like a very serious foreign, like, monster movie, like almost like a Godzilla type thing where everybody's very serious. There's the father who his daughter is one of the scientists and he doesn't want her to be a part of it. But they have a good relationship throughout the whole thing until suddenly he's like, I'm sorry I was always so hard on you. And you're like, you were? This hasn't come up once in the entire movie. And it's like later in the thing.
Well, that goes to the other thing. If you want to talk about movies, this is actually, I just thought of it, but it's been on my mind. I never had a platform to discuss it. We
had a platform for a number of years. Are you saying because you just thought?
Well, no. Well, I've always said, fuck the reviewers. Yeah, I've always said that.
Yeah, because if you listen to critics, you'll never see anything.
Now, here's the problem. That was on like the older critics, the critics that have been around. Now you have shows, just to name some as examples. I'm not saying it's them, because like, if you people like them, that's great. Like, like your Nerdist, Collider videos.
Right.
Your I guess the Ain't It Cool, that's just a prime example. Venom. All right, Venom's coming out this weekend. Okay, comic book. The big thing.
I still don't understand why Tobey Maguire isn't still Spider-Man. That's where, like, back in the day, that's where my brains are still. I have not seen any of these conversation. Movies. I still want to. I don't know where to begin.
Once your kids go off to college, we'll sit you down and show you the MCU.
Well, I just found out this evening that he has got a 4K television.
Hey, Sam Thunder. How you doing?
I didn't know he had a 4K television.
So anyway, here's my thought process, is that all the people that I would watch, it's like, okay, well, obviously they're seeing it. I don't get to see movies as much as I used to. So Venom had a monster preview showing on Thursday.
Did it?
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
And tonight has hit. It's going to have a monster weekend, which is expected.
I'm curious, considering like that reactions to it.
Right, and that's my point. I read some of the non-spoilery, or I've watched, because now you can watch everything now, and a lot of people that I follow that I really take their opinions, I don't know, are these reviewers now, I can't even call them critics, because they're really not critics, they're fans. Is fandom taking over, and this all goes back to Star Wars, I'm sorry, it does, but is fandom destroying, people wanting to go see the movie? Like my age, it's like, it's a PG-13, that was smart on their point. When the DVD comes out, it'll be an R-rated, I'm sure, because that was probably a big thing. Yeah. So PG-13, all the kids are going to see the movie, but how can you, everybody's saying that the movie's a mess, it's this, it's that, it's a disaster, but there's some great things with Tom Hardy. Of course.
Well, can I interject?
Let me finish my point.
Okay. So then there'll be an avenue for me to step in.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So you have the Tom Hardy thing going on here. Is it just me? I'm asking a question now.
Sure.
Are these critics, reviewers, whatever, all these is the fandom taking over? You love this character so much, they've been trying to get Venom off the ground, and now they got a way to do it, and you got a really good actor to portray it. And from what I saw in the trailers, it's great. But my question is, my point is, are these reviewers, is it too much fandom going on? And can people just chill out and say, I'm going to see a movie for entertainment purposes? Now what you just said. Now what you just said about Meg. What you just said about Meg is like, okay, it's a mess, but you still enjoyed it.
There were parts of it I enjoyed, and I wish I had enjoyed more of it.
Okay.
There's stuff I can't say without spoiling more that was like what I really disliked, and I didn't want to spoil it that much. It's like they made a bunch of different movies and edited it into one. And that's the biggest problem, is because there's parts that work really well, and then in an instant, everything switches tone, everything switches just what even feels like the characters' motivations are. All of a sudden, the way they were acting before, suddenly they're totally different. And not in the 24, now that we know they're evil, they're suddenly acting evil.
And there's a little noise.
There's no trigger to it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what I was going to interject, and maybe I'm wrong, and this is just my personal feeling and opinion, and I feel like this has been going on for a long time, and obviously I'm not in with the comic book crowd and the superhero movies and all that stuff. I'm talking about in general. What I'm discovering about people in general now, whether it's movies, music, TV, anything, the first feeling about everything with everyone seems to be the negative.
Yes.
It's almost like everything is judged immediately before anybody has a chance to see it, hear it, live it, whatever. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it's inherent all over the place now with everything. No matter what you're talking about. With movies, with TV, even with the fans, it's almost like the IMDb message board, which they finally got rid of. They finally took IMDb does not have a message board anymore. And some of the most evil, horrible, hurtful, wacky crap was on these boards. It's almost like, ain't it cool? And, all these websites have taken that stance on, well, let's see what you got. And it could be a great movie or it could be garbage, but they don't give it a chance because immediately it's like, all right, entertain me. And everybody seems to have that attitude now.
Let me add to that.
Even, the younger kids, the teens, everybody else, moviegoers nowadays, and it's social media feeding into it. Because I think, and from what I've seen, and even some of those discussions that I don't have with people anymore, it's almost like you're no longer allowed to have an opinion.
Right.
You're no longer allowed to have an opinion, and if you do, you better keep it to yourself because someone out there is going to come on and tear you to pieces if you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, wait a minute, aren't we discussing a movie or what? Like, can't someone offer their 2 cents? And if not, then we shouldn't be talking about it anyway.
Well, you know what you do? You know what we didn't do for too long that we should start doing? I've started doing more?
What?
Just block them. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Even if you know them and have been friends for years, just get rid of them. Who cares? I started doing it.
I'm not saying specifically.
I'm saying for your online things where they got out of control, just get rid of them.
Okay, well, I'm not saying specifically
but I have more
that. But I'm talking about with even anything. Like, for example, the new Halloween movie. I'm very excited to see it. I think it's interesting. Am I disappointed that they didn't pick it up after 2? A little bit, but you know, it's an interesting spin.
It's like that couple never was.
I like the second movie.
2, remember?
All right,
yeah. I like it too.
Okay,
I love that.
So that's just my opinion. Whatever. But people online were saying things like, "What is this crap? Can't they come up with something new?" Blah 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 blah. And
Jason,
you know, what?
I want to add to this. So I have not seen one really negative thing about the Halloween movie, because I think you're on the right track. It's not just super negative.
Reading bad stuff.
It's not just super negative.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, maybe in some of those discussions we talked about, you know. But when it comes to movies and stuff, it's not just super negative. It just has to be hyperbole. One way or the other. Either it's the worst thing ever, like you say, but there's also the flip side. Because there's only one other opinion out there now. When these people are really vocal, it's either the worst thing ever made and it's going to be awful, or it's going to be the greatest movie ever made. It's either way.
Yeah.
Nobody puts things in the middle. So if a movie isn't perfect now, that's when they go to that.
Yeah.
When they're like, it's shit, it's awful. Because nobody has a 5 out of 10 movie anymore.
Yeah.
Or a 6 out of 10 movie. It's either the worst movie ever made or the greatest movie ever made. There's no in between.
Also,
because, well, real quick, Astro Hurricane says, thanks to the internet, we're all critics now. And that's true, because what it is you don't get heard when you give the middle of the road opinion, or nobody wants to hear that from you because they want to talk to the people who have the extremes. That's why I think we're at where we're at. Travis Riley puts it here, hardcore fanboys ruin literally everything from movies to cars to beer. He's got a point. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the people who shit on it, which you're right. Ain't It Cool was the worst place for that for the longest time. Now it's kind of a dead site thanks to stupid Harry and his problems. For other people. But it's also the people like the Star Wars fans.
Yeah, that's...
Last Jedi didn't do every single thing I wanted it to do and be the movie I've had in my head, that my fucking sci-fi wet dream for the last however many years. Oh, well, it's the worst movie ever made, and we should start a Kickstarter to get a budget together and redo the entire movie. It's like, go fuck yourself. You didn't like the movie, that's fine.
But also, too, here's the other thing going with Star Wars, and that'll also go with what I'm talking about with Venom.
Yeah.
The hype. It's the hype leading up to it. Listen, after Force Awakens and after finding out Rian Johnson was doing The Last Jedi, I'm guilty as this. I wanted to see shit. I was digging. I'm looking in, and like the guys from Collider, from Collider.com, I really like them. I like the crew they have. Everybody there with their movie stuff. I don't care about the TV show shit, but all their movie stuff, I really respect them. And in fact, I think even when I worked out in California back then, I think I talked to all those guys that all worked for them at one point. And like I see their faces, I'm like, I know I had conversations with these guys back in the day, but forget that was 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
But now
I have an unrelated thing. I will wait till you finish.
Okay.
That somebody pointed out that I just realized what was up.
So, but like I watched them for the Star Wars stuff, and for a while, up until like Solo was coming out, it's like, you know what? I realized I'm getting myself so hyped up, and it's like my expectations are through the fucking roof now. And now I see the movie, and I'm like, I like the movie, but I was like, yeah, it didn't really hit me. And you know what? I'm cool with just kind of laying back a little bit, like what broke yesterday. The TV show that Jon Favreau's involved with. It's The Mandalorians. What the fuck's The Mandalorian? I don't know. I'm a Star Wars fan for the movies. All the canon shit, I know.
I'm still excited to watch it just because it's Jon Favreau and I like the universe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But if you don't know what The Mandalorians is, you look at it, it's like, hey, it looks like the Boba Fett costume. That's a Mandalorian, whatever the fuck that is. So it's like they showed the first image. I'm like, that's cool. It's Jon Favreau. For everything he's been touching lately is gold.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm cool with that. But now I'm not investing my time into getting myself hyped up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait until the trailer comes out.
Yeah. You know, it's just popped.
And I have another one. I got another one.
Okay, go ahead.
One more thing.
Uh-huh.
The fucking Joker.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Dude, Joaquin Phoenix, when they casted him, everyone ripped it. ripped it. It was down the line.
You think
actually,
because I saw
it was down the line. It was down the line.
That's more fair.
And
again,
I'm like,
either it's the best casting choice ever, or he's gonna ruin the Joker forever.
And the first thing, and when I first saw his picture, without the makeup, because I think it leaked or something, but it was just a shot. So the director was like, "Well, fuck you guys. Here's the official picture."
Yeah.
And then they did this 30-second, which I think was brilliant. The fucking song they played. It was the Guess Who, Laughing. Was that the name of you know what song I'm talking about?
Nope.
All right, but anyway. But like I heard the song and I'm like, I fucking grew up to this song.
Yeah.
This song came out in the fucking 60s or whatever that. And like the little segment they did, we'll show you because I know you didn't see it. But
how'd you know?
but seeing Joaquin Phoenix.
But when do I have to watch first though? Did they have another Batman movie before this?
No, this is a standalone.
It's a standalone.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's actually you would be happy with this. It's taking place in the 80s, I think.
It looks like 80s New York.
In Hoboken, New Jersey. They're shooting the movie in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn.
We did a story about it on episode.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's how I knew. Because I read the fucking link from your fucking website.
Good.
I would like to continue a tradition, and you reminded me.
Oh wait.
I'd like to continue a tradition of you.
But before that, the all the Joker stuff.
Yeah.
Immediately the next couple of days, TMZ is posting video of scenes being shot.
Yeah.
That is where, at my age right now, I'm drawing the line. It's like too much. You see anybody with a fucking camera, arrest them.
Yeah.
That's private property, and those of us that have been in the film, that footage is illegal. You can get arrested for that. I don't give a fuck. Anybody, it's not even people from TMZ. It's me taking the video and selling it.
Well, I'm surprised that they don't have more security on the set to make sure
they
people
got
don't
security
do that.
everywhere. There was another video that came out.
So then why aren't they confiscating the cell phones of these people unless they want the footage leaked out?
Well, that's also possible too, but not this. Not this. They're showing almost full scenes that are unedited.
That's weird.
You know what? I mean, it looks great. I of course I watched it, but I'm like, all right, I'm like, for me, I'm done watching it now because it's like, before I know it, I'm going to see the whole fucking movie before it comes out.
Yeah, that's
and I don't know. All right, are people responding?
Oh yeah. Actually, Peter Lindholm can't take his eyes off my shirt, and I realize it's because of the fold I put in the Millennium Falcon these days. Gotta get rid of that fold. There's a tradition we used to have. Maybe you didn't even know it was a tradition. I remember.
But there anybody?
Yes, they are having some great conversations, but we gotta move this. We gotta move this along, and we're getting them where we can. But we need to focus on some things that I know I've been curious about for the last 2.5 years. What Marvel movie now is the one that's going to kill the MCU? What is it? I'm curious where you're at these days. Because remember, there was a time where Ant-Man was going to be it. There was a time where you thought maybe Doctor Strange was going to be it.
No, I never said anything about Doctor Strange.
I thought you did. I think you were maybe just I don't know.
You guys proved me wrong.
It could be.
I don't think it was Doctor
Strange. I remember Ant-Man was the big one.
Ant-Man was the big one. I'm gonna say there's something about the Marvel and DC.
No, Marvel.
Oh, just Marvel.
Just Marvel.
Oh, okay.
DC's their own.
All right.
They got their own issues.
Because I have DC and it's a big one, and I'll share that one in a second.
Okay.
But Marvel right now, everything looks fucking good. I can't say anything. They did the right thing with Ant-Man. They really did. I remember when I watched it on the plane for the first. I watched it on the fucking plane, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, it's there. I'm gonna watch it. I thought it was the dumbest fucking idea, but you always said before I even watched it, you didn't spoil anything for me, but you said they did the right thing. They made it small. He wasn't saving the fucking world,
right?
Which it was a heist movie.
And that's part of what made the sequel work too. Is that
I didn't see the sequel?
You should. It's great. Especially coming off of Avengers 3, just to have kind of a fun, smaller story at that point. Yeah. The odds are still pretty big in their world, but not on this.
It's like, oh my god!
Not to Thanos' goal. It's not. Yeah. It's not to that point.
And I did see the new one, and the new Avengers. It was I enjoyed it, and you know what? I was kind of mad. Normally, if you get me mad at a cliffhanger like that, I'm like, well, fuck you.
Well, at least you know it's a year
movie.
away. Like, that helps, too.
Yeah.
But people walked out of that. Like, when I was in Saving Private Ryan, when people walked out, we're just like, nobody talk. Let's just leave. Let's just walk out of the theater. let's just not look at each other. And it's amazing that they've gotten to this point with those movies. That being MCU. Now tell me what you think is going on as far as the DCU goes.
DC is very interesting, and I'm going to give a big one because I don't know what it is. I love the DC. I love all the Batman stuff. I love all the Superman stuff.
And I was a big defender of them as much as I could, you know?
I didn't see the last the Batman. So I didn't see
Do you mean Justice League?
Justice League. I didn't see that one.
No spoilers.
Real quick, I even liked Batman vs Superman. I know not a lot of people did, and I totally understood. But I love the characters enough, and I there were things I liked that most people hated. So I even defended that one.
There was a Batman vs Superman movie?
Yeah.
But Justice League.
When did that come out?
A few years ago.
Really?
Yeah, we're the one where Affleck played Batman. Which I gotta say, out of everybody who's played Batman, he's not the best Batman. I thought he was fine. Somewhere in the middle, I'd put him. He played Bruce Wayne better than I think anybody else did.
No,
I thought he was,
I agree.
That's where his strength was, I think, in that role. I think he was great.
I agree.
But even I had to say, after we walked out of Justice League, we were like, that wasn't good. That was not good.
I didn't see it yet.
Unfortunately.
I love... It's funny. It was on the other day, and I caught the middle of it, and the next day I was off. I stopped, and I just put on Wonder Woman from start to finish. I think Wonder Woman's probably the best DC that's out there.
Easy. Oh, so easy.
Totally. Although, I don't like the choice of the villain. I thought they could have gotten a better actor.
Yeah.
I like him.
What, David Thewlis?
I love him. I just thought it was poor casting to play
Spoilers, I guess.
If
you haven't seen Wonder Woman yet.
Yeah.
You'll forget.
Listen. I'm going to tell you one thing. How stupid was... Like, I feel like he was just about to start another role and he had to keep the mustache.
Oh, Henry Cavill's mustache? It was the one from Mission Impossible.
No, not Henry Cavill. I'm talking about in Wonder Woman.
Oh, right. When you brought up the mustache, I immediately... it's like a Pavlovian thing that clicks in my head. Justice League, Henry Cavill's... Yeah. No, okay, I see. Yeah, I got you.
I didn't care about that.
Dude,
but
that mustache.
So you want to see you want to hear my DC...
Yes.
Bombing...
It's
not gonna bomb. I'm not saying it's gonna bomb.
I
saw the trailer.
Oh.
And I think it looks like complete and utter dog shit. At least when I saw.
know what you mean.
And at least when I saw Ant-Man, I was like, it doesn't look like dog shit, but I don't think it's gonna catch Aquaman.
Did you see the one that came out today?
No.
Okay. They put out a 5-minute trailer today because I think they've got more of the effects done and they wanted to show. It doesn't look anything like an MCU movie, so they like that sort of quality and
well, DC is always darker and ugly looking.
Not this. This is very colorful.
Really?
Well, at least especially because the second main character has extremely red hair. Maybe that's what was standing out. But there's also a lot of stuff in the daylight that was saturated. That wasn't the ocean stuff. Obviously, because being underwater with the grays and the blues, like it's gonna. Yeah. But it didn't... It looked fun. It looked cartoony. It looked like what... If they had this technology and the budget in the 80s, it looks like what it probably would have looked like then. I don't know if that's a good thing today. Jason Momoa has enough charisma that I'll see it for him.
I like him.
I didn't know what to get from the trailer. I liked what I saw. I kind of... I feel like it took the... I looked at the costuming on some of the villains. And I went, well, it took some balls to go... Because, Marvel usually take... what somebody might call silly looking if you translated it from the illustration to real life and adjusted it like the way Wolverine was a huge adjustment. Superman taking the big colorful thing and in the new one making it more tones that make sense to wear.
Military.
This I'm like, all right, hopefully this isn't going to be too funny when I'm watching it in theaters when it's not supposed to be, because some of the stuff looks pretty goofy.
The trailer and so far, other than what came out today, everything that I've seen so far on it, and I like Jason Momoa, but it does not look good.
Watch the new one.
What bothers me, this goes back to what I was saying about the critics and the reviewers.
Well, you sound very critical though about this.
I am. And that's fine.
You talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the difference.
But can't you just go into the movie and be entertained?
That's what my point is.
But
that's
look,
what my point is.
Do you remember how I used to bitch and complain about movies being remade and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
In the last couple of years, I've kind of accepted it.
Yeah.
I've kind of realized, like, even with Ghostbusters, you know, I was upset that they made it, and then I liked it when I saw it and everything else. So it's kind of like, just go and enjoy the movie, but you're being a negative Nancy right now.
No. I'm just telling you what the filmmakers have put out for me to see without seeing any reviews. So I see the trailer, and I watched it a few times because at first I hated it. And then I'm like, maybe it's just me. Like, again, I think Aquaman is a stupid character, kind of like what Ant-Man was. So I gave myself the benefit of the doubt, trying not to crush it.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching what I'm seeing. I'm looking.
Maybe
you know what
makes
it worse?
See it.
No.
Maybe you should wait for the movie.
You know what makes it worse, Jason? Is that this is not just. It's not like any other movie coming out because a lot is riding on it.
Yeah.
If it can at least do okay, things are fine. If it bombs, like it might. It's not a difference.
How would a movie of that scope bomb nowadays, though? With all the
well, I mean, if you got like it's $150, $200 million budget, probably kept it as low as they could. Maybe they went under 150.
Maybe.
But with the marketing and everything that they're gonna have to put into it,
but
if that thing doesn't make $100 million, which is always possible.
But I thought all those movies do, like the big superhero movies.
Well, that's the problem. There's Justice League relatively bombed because people aren't interested because they've been, other than Wonder Woman, they've been putting out movies that and kind of the first Man of Steel, but then the Batman vs Superman really killed that with most people. They're getting diminishing returns because people don't trust them. Like people have trusted MCU to the point where they could throw out characters that most people outside of hardcore comic fans don't know, and they'll go, you know what, I'll see it because I trust them to make a good movie. DC does not have, and Warner Brothers does not have that trust in people.
Yeah, but
it really gets down to that. That specific.
Well, look,
what I wanted to finish my point is that I saw this trailer.
You didn't finish your point.
No,
already?
I didn't. No.
We all want to go and eat at some point. We heard that
when
ding
I
in
watched
the other room. I don't know what those were.
Shut up.
He's drooling now.
And just tell James Jungdow I was not watching porn during that discussion.
He saw that, huh?
So.
Allegedly.
Of course, he brought that up.
But here's the. He gave you the look. No, my point, like, I saw the trailer, and I watched it a few times, waited a day or two, and then now, people who I respect, who I value their opinion, they thought it was the greatest fucking thing on the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, am I crazy? And then I go back to the thing where I said, I go back, way back where I thought The Happening was going to be like was going to reinvent the wheel.
I remember
and
that.
And man, was I way off.
I'm glad we saw the reviews before because I remember that we were excited too. Remember Chad and I, because we went and saw that together. We were excited too.
Oh.
But that morning we saw the reviews come in when it came out, and I remember talking to Chad like, you see these reviews? You see what they're saying?
Yeah.
And he's like, but like, when you see bad reviews and you're like, I don't care, I'm going to see it anyway. But sometimes you see bad reviews where everyone is like, you don't understand. This is one of the worst things anybody's ever put together.
Yeah.
That's what was coming out on The Happening.
Okay.
And we had to kind of break it to Tuck.
I don't give a shit. It's all fuck reviewers, fuck the critics.
Still one of the best times.
This movie is going to be fucking... This movie's going to be great. God. I can't fucking wait.
Still one of the best times we've ever had in theaters. We were, like... in the seats, like, forward, back, fucking Chad and I crying, laughing, looking at each other like, can you fucking believe this?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's really
so
bad. But in a so bad it's good way. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It's got that going.
That was the movie that, like, destroyed M. Night Shyamalan.
For a while.
Wait, was that the one with the plants coming to life?
Yes. Well, no.
I did see that.
They didn't come to life.
They didn't come to life.
They killed everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
and then the chemicals traveled on the wind.
Yes, we watched it.
And they had to run away from the wind. I
don't remember it, but I do remember watching it.
They found that old lady where he knocked on the door and his way of saying...
Maybe we turned it off.
Remember the thing with Mark Wahlberg where I always said he can't play a weak character? Because his thing is he just starts talking like this. It's okay. Remember with the old lady when he gets there and he's just like, no, we're okay. We're not dangerous. Roll back water, keep up. And he starts singing that song. And you're like, what the fuck is this movie? What's going on? I'd love to watch it again.
Every now and again, I have confidence in something, and it really blows up right in my face. But when it like, I'm not always right, I'm not always wrong, but when I really get one wrong, I pick a great one. And that was probably the biggest one.
Well, that's good.
Plants are already alive. Romine's tragic.
Of course
yes,
he does.
they just haven't started killing us yet.
Yes.
En masse.
Booty boo.
All right, there's a lot of things I want to talk about that maybe we can get together again sometime sooner than later. Maybe if it is one more time this month, or maybe at the beginning of next month, whenever we can make it happen. Because I want to talk to you about, and I know this might set you off, try to contain yourself. I'm sure you have a lot to say about the Bond thing. The fact that Danny Boyle was taken off. Yeah. And, what's the guy?
I can't pronounce his name.
Cary
Fukushika.
Usually I know it because I was such a big True Detective fan. But, like, he's the guy that directed the first season.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Have you watched Maniac yet? Because he's
He's
directed all of those. That's kind of cool. Maniac. It's kind of cool.
I want to see it.
It's very trippy.
That's why I want to see it. Speaking of trippy, I also, and maybe you haven't seen it. You probably haven't. But if you haven't, I'd tell you should. But
we know
this is not a movie that should ever be on in your house while there's children in it.
Oh, okay.
Mandy, the Nicolas Cage movie.
I heard about that.
I watched it day one. And I'm a big fan of the director. It was in the first movie he did, even though most people hated it. It's so... I don't even know if I like it, but I'm so fascinated by it.
Like, I should watch it on my phone if I was going to see it. Like,
it's so visually insane. I would want you to see it on his 4K TV.
Oh. Well.
It's...
You buy a copy of it.
We'll watch it. I have it. I did. On demand. It went on demand. It did, like the same day it went to theaters.
Oh.
I would watch it again. And again, I don't know if I like I love parts of it. And Nicolas Cage, it is one of the best performances he's ever given. It's very slow. Almost everything they do takes forever. But it looks so good, and what's happening is so weird and interesting that it's like it never really mattered to me. But you'd have to be in the right mindset to know you're going to watch a slow build that by the end is just fucking insane. Well, not in the same way Calvert was. That one didn't build and then quickly built at the end.
Who was that girl that was here? That
was Christine's friend, Karen.
Oh, that poor fucking girl.
And she was not having a good day, and Calvert was the movie we watched. That's another story.
Fucking Chad.
Are the Twitch alerts off now? Okay, this is what I was going to mention before. So, I noticed right before we went on, remember those sound effects that were coming out of the computer? I was like, what was that? Couldn't find why. Turns out, I think this was because he needed me to log in once. I'm logged into Chad's Twitch account. Oh. So when people were donating to him, the alerts were coming through.
So that's coming.
It only happened a couple times.
Oh, right.
Oh, so your mom wasn't making Tostito pizza rolls?
No, that happened in the other room.
Sorry.
His mom.
His mom.
So
your mom wasn't making Tostitos.
I could call and ask, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm logged into his account. I think I do remember him once being like, oh, maybe it was a power outage or something, but he's like, can you go do this on, like, or change something on the channel? I don't remember. But either way, it's still logged in, so that's why it was... Now, that is muted now, though, so it won't happen anymore.
Like that? How did he get his head floating?
What's it?
How did he get his head to float in midair like that?
Hey, look, I got an email saying that we're live. Look at that.
Nice.
I haven't gotten one of those in a while.
You have a green screen, and chroma key out the green, and you know, you move your... You take this in the window, Jason, you take your window and you size it to there.
Oh, okay. It's for Twitch.
Well, no, you can do it on YouTube.
Oh.
Okay, look. I'm going to show you... This is OBS. See this? This is the program we're using to stream right now.
OBS it's called?
OBS. Open Broadcasting Software.
Is that free?
Not irritable bowel syndrome.
And look at this. Jason, look at this. You ready?
Oh, 1 second.
So imagine, if you will, that this screen was a cam. Right here, right up on here, and there's a green screen behind you.
Okay.
And you chroma key out the green screen. Now the green's gone. Now it's transparent.
I know how the chroma key works.
I know. And then look, you see this? Now I'm going to resize... Oh, wait, that's the wrong source, just because there's something else there. Hang on. Let me grab the correct source. Now I'm going to resize it. Now we put ourselves over here, if we are, say... This is about where Chad is. Then you see, then he has all these little... alert graphics down here that you put over the bottom.
So wait, so right now on YouTube, they're watching us in a small, tiny box.
They are.
With a black screen.
Hello! Hello.
So we could put like a footage or something.
We can put whatever we want. This is actually when we last were doing these streams.
Yeah.
We had Wirecast.
So we could put a news.
This wasn't really a thing a few years ago.
What, the OBS?
Yeah. Oh, we can go. Okay. Here's the thing.
We have the capability. Hold on, I'm going to put this
Go
on
ahead.
Jason's turn.
Go ahead.
We have all the capabilities of a whole newscast.
Wow.
Here's
Scrolling on the bottom,
Yeah,
things
I was gonna
going
say,
to
a
the
news feed.
left.
Here's what I wanted to
We could put the
propose.
sport the sport scores going on there.
Here's what I
Speaking
wanted
of
to propose.
sports,
This is
I wanted to
jazzy.
keep this very much like the old ones for fun, right? Like just for the old time's sake. Got it's the same webcam we used to use. You know, it's all basically the same setup.
All right.
Next time I come, I should set up the DSLR. And now I have the input so I can actually run a real camera into here. I could also have that cam in at the same time, and we could have one cam looking at you and maybe or one looking over here. Put them in little windows. We can have tickers. You can do whatever you want.
You have the ability at one point that every time someone started speaking, the cameras would automatically cut.
That was the
Didn't we
old
try
live
that?
stream. That was live stream. I don't know if
Remember that?
something probably exists to do that. Sure.
I was wondering.
This is before we ring up. Anybody got any other questions? Anything going
Yeah.
on?
Any more questions, comments, anything? Let us know, people. I see Jason. What burns your ass? Asks Tragic.
A lot of things burn my ass.
First question: is it free?
Is what?
No, he's saying your first question about OBS was, is it free? I like that. Cameras, thoughts on
Where
the
do you
Canon?
download it from? The YouTube page?
What?
No, you go
Is it
to
a separate?
no, just go to google.com and type in OBS
in your browser window.
Studio
OBS Studio.
or OBS or Streamlabs OBS, but that's really more for people who do.
Freshly chemicaled.
Wash it out.
Regardless,
All right, so OBS Studio.
yeah.
What else we got?
Thoughts on the Canon and Panasonic mirrorless full frames that have been announced? What an indie mogul question! I love it. Thanks, James. So you know the cameras I have, the GH2, and then I got the GH4. That was the last camera I got like 5 years ago or something. Like that.
Listen, the camera in this phone and your phone and his phone are all better now than what they were.
No,
5
not
years
better than
ago.
my GH4. That's for sure.
Okay, right.
Don't start that shit. Then we'll get into a whole nother
Wait,
conversation.
you have a 4K camera?
Yeah, I've had it for 5 years. Almost
You
4 years.
have?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
4K
great camera. I like it. But you know what's weird? Recently, I found myself going back to the GH2 because there's something about it. The quality isn't as high, but I just like the look of the sensor more. Like I don't know. I'm starting to play around with
You'd
it.
rather use a...
But I haven't made movies.
Well,
The itch to be like, I kind of want to make something. You know? So I might just break out the GH2 and use that when the time comes.
Why don't you break out the higher quality camera?
Because why do you always need sharper? Jason, are you saying that you shouldn't watch old films because they don't look as good?
No, I'm not
Exactly.
saying that. Yeah,
Just
but
saying.
if you're watching an original film print, yes, it looks great.
Yeah, but what are you saying?
Where do I have time to sit and watch original film prints?
what about an original film print that's gone through the 4K HDR?
The restoration process? I'd like to see that. So sharper, yeah.
My
I can
thoughts.
show you something.
My thoughts
Before
on those
you
cameras, by the way.
What do you have to show me?
Ooh.
I
I have some old movies
I'm getting
in
intrigued.
4K.
Here.
I'm
Really?
interested to see what they do with the lenses on the Panasonic. Because my problem is I like my Micro Four Thirds lenses because they work on a smaller sensor. I don't believe they would work on a full frame sensor unless somebody figured that out, but I don't think it's possible. So I would hate to have to give up all of my old lenses. I think I'll stick with what I like. That's what I'll say. Although if the quality looks great and they're affordable,
Mr. Lens Snob, I see.
I
presume.
wish I had the money to be a lens snob. That would be wonderful. Russ, you said you weren't enjoying making films anymore. Do you plan on going back to it eventually? Yeah, I didn't really fully flesh out that comment before. I didn't for a long time. It's like once I would try to get something going, just wasn't working. And it was because I was miserable in life, yawning, Jason.
I'm not being rude. That was a real yawn again.
I know. I was miserable
Old
just
people.
in general, and I was made miserable by certain outside forces. And now I'm at a point where I am. What's that?
Arthur?
Oh God! Now you just ruined my next year. No, but
You know that bar is closed now? Completely boarded up. Yep.
yes,
gone.
I did. I actually drove by it.
Gone.
I did.
It
see
was
that.
a sign.
Oh, well, whatever.
Remember how he left the place?
That's a whole. You know what? You know what? Maybe now's the time. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So maybe we should almost 10
Do
years.
we-
Maybe we should talk about
I
that on one of
have
the
a
shows.
question. Do you have any footage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have the movie footage. I have some behind-the-scenes footage.
Oh, okay.
I wish I had the movie footage. I don't know where it went. It was on a hard drive somewhere, and I haven't seen that hard drive in a long time. So, but yeah, I kind of want to do it
to see your edit.
Oh God, the footage would have had to be better for it to be of any quality. God, that whole thing. We never really talked about that at length. We should one day. We talked about your movie. And at the time, it had been too soon since that one. Maybe now's the time, 10 years later, to really talk about that.
Really talk about it.
But anyway, yes, I would like to shoot something again. I actually, as you know, I told you I've been meeting up with a few of the old Blind Panda guys. It's been Jib, Rich, and Keith, who I feel like they're like, because a lot of people they either moved away or they weren't interested anymore out of that group. But those are the three who are still around and interested. And we've been working on trying to write something and just hanging out. But the last week or two, I finally started feeling like shooting something again, and I mentioned it to them. I'm like, "You guys want to try and just get together and shoot something?" And I was like, and they were like, "Yeah, definitely." And I'd like to edit whatever we shoot on stream, since I'm going to be doing streams now, which I'm starting either on Tuesday or Wednesday. It does occur to me, you guys won't know about what I'm about to talk about, but it does occur to me that Fortnite updates come on Tuesdays, and some days I have to do a same-day edit on Tuesdays, and if that's the case, I am not going... Hang on, let me get this whole thing out.
For who?
So if there's a Fortnite video I gotta edit on Tuesday, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it were to, I would move it back to Wednesday, or just do a later stream on Tuesday. But my plan is to go to a 9:30 a.m. kickboxing class in the morning, and they do it every day. To do that, then come back and try. They go 9:30 to 10:30. Come back, eat something, and then try to go live from like 11:30 to 1 p.m. or 1:30. And then start my work day. That's going to be my plan. We'll see how long it takes to actually become a regular thing. Hopefully right away. But that's the plan as far as streaming goes for me. For those who are only know me on here, my Twitch channel, you probably don't even know. Twitch.tv/Russ Maybe is my...
Maybe what?
Exactly! His fucking face. Lord. Can I want to get you saying that for some sort of intro.
What?
This guy. And that's what it'll be.
You know what? I never thought I'd say Jason's really fading.
I know. Let's get him some food. Chris Whitmer's in. Dude, Chris, I'm sorry you had to be on the road during most of this. We are wrapping up. I know you were in traffic. But Chris, I'm glad you were able to make it in.
This won't be the last time we do this.
No, honestly, if you guys want to do this again sometime soon, I'm up for it. I know your day's off, you're good. I'm good for it.
Well, here's the thing. I am good. Listen, I am good even during the evenings, but I don't get home till about maybe 5-10 minutes earlier.
Travis Riley with a possibility. Narwhal's got the link there.
I will say this.
Follow me on there, guys. By the way, real quick, Tuesday through Friday is going to be my plan. And the other streams will pop up randomly. Follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. You'll get the alerts. Go ahead.
As far as this show, or this gathering, if you guys want us to do this, we'll do it.
Good number of people watched on here.
So I'm all for it. It's been a long time. It'd be fun to get into the old swingy things.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Jason Allentoff. Just search my name on Twitter and you'll find my ramblings and wacky shit.
And where are you?
I have stuff, but I don't.
Come on, your Twitter. You don't even use it, right? Do you?
No, I do. Well, you know what? I'm an Instagrammer now.
Oh.
Very little. So
that's right. I do see that. Is your
now and again,
same name on Instagram?
Immortal Tuck.
Immortal Tuck on Instagram.
I think. Wait, is it? Hold on. I'll tell you in a moment. I don't fucking remember.
Of course we want you to do this, LOL, says Narwhal. Yeah. That would be... Really, it comes... Like, I'm usually available. Worst thing that could happen is a lot of work comes up. That's why I don't think we could pick a regular day or time to do it.
No, we'd have to go
it's Immortal Talk.
Week by week.
Yeah.
See if we could do it.
That's why I would say just get your alerts here. What I am going to set up, especially if I do the window thing like I was telling you about, and that you even mentioned, so that there could be little stuff on screen to tell people. I would like to try a dual stream so I could also send it to my Twitch channel. Because if that's going to...
When we'll get more visitors or viewers.
Yeah, across the two platforms.
Cool.
Why not?
We're going to have to renegotiate money. Oh, sorry. I'm kidding.
Why not start it up again? Stream once every couple of years. Yeah, well, at least do that. Real Pixel Nerd, thank you for joining and thanks for really triggering this to happen.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yep.
Love to see Chad and you guys too. I'm sure he would join in.
Can I ask a question? Can we not do these conversations on Facebook, through Facebook? Can you just, like, create a text message or something?
I didn't start it like that.
I started it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why? What's your problem?
Do you want to be part of a group chat?
Oh, dude,
you don't like Facebook Messenger?
Are you kidding me? All the fucking text messages I get, it's in a group. It's not one individual person anymore. So everything's a fucking
So
group
why
now.
are you requesting another text with a group then?
I don't know.
What's wrong with Facebook Messenger?
I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. It's annoying.
Honestly,
people see when I'm online.
Any excuse to
not. Still using a Windows phone.
Wait, you turned that off?
No. Windows Phone is dead. This is the Samsung Galaxy Plus 8 Plus.
You know what I found?
Plus 8.
You know what I found the other day? I found the show when the iPhone 6 came out, and I vowed never to go back to Apple again.
Oh,
and I'm on the iPhone 10, folks.
Oh, why?
Which now this is obsolete. They
Chris
came out with a new one.
will support you in that. He's a Mac guy.
Who?
He's an Apple guy. Chris Whitmer.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, he's an Apple guy.
My whole music and movie library is all Apple format, as you know.
Yeah.
Because I invested in the wrong
The
platform.
only thing Apple in this house is the Apple you eat and your Apple phone. That's the only thing that's Apple in here. On this property.
Okay. Whatever.
Speaking of eating, we
gotta go eat. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the alerts. That's another thing that's come up in the last few years. Hit the bell to get notified because apparently subscriptions weren't enough. This is like a year or two old now. Yeah, it's not even worth bringing up again.
It's not about
is that
subscriptions
thing
now.
that goes like you.
You know, you like
on
YouTube now. You like, you subscribe, and you hit the little bell. Ding. There you go. You get your notifications, and even then, you'll get it like most of the time, but not all.
You know what we need? We need a new intro.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think we need a new title.
Well, we need a new intro, and we need to take. This is going to be a long project for you. You need to go back in. You got to find the best bits of the old shows and put some nice, fancy, wacky intro together. And you also need to find the video of the banana peel when we went to that show or whatever.
Oh God, yeah, that I never. Yeah.
Do you even have that footage?
Oh yeah, I have that footage.
There's a banana peel on the front seat of this car.
I ate a banana.
Exactly. I think we told you.
Just eating a banana. I tossed it down real quick because I went in to get you and tell you to come out.
And then I get into your car and there's fucking garbage all over the seat.
No, there was one banana peel.
There was also a bag.
I had just eaten.
There was no room for
I was gonna move it.
There was no room for my legs.
What's a banana peel doing here? God, everything.
Where were we going?
That was the wrestling show. We went to the NXT show. It was fun.
Oh, but you never put a video? I thought you did when I was tripping over the cones or whatever.
Oh, that was a different wrestling show. That was the one that was in...
We went to 2 wrestling shows?
Yeah, remember we went to the big one and we went to the NXT one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bailey.
You tripping...
Bailey?
Yeah, Bailey? She's great. She's on the main roster now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. And Alexa Bliss, I remember you were... Alexa Bliss, look her up if you want to know what she looks like. She was in NXT at the time and Jason was like, there's women that look like this that wrestle? Who? You were very...
Did I say that?
Yeah, basically, I think you expected like in the 80s where it was more just like they had a crazier look, whereas she's more just what's traditionally attractive. And you were like, what? Whoa, I didn't know this. So
I didn't notice. Okay. Well,
are we rating Chad? No, the raid thing doesn't work across this, but go watch Chad. There you go.
I'm Jason Allen.
You know, I'm sure you all know how to get there. Yep, you're Jason Allen Toff. Who are you?
What? Who am I? I don't fucking know who I am anymore. I'm Jonathan Tuckerman.
All right, I'm Russ, and
thank you,
I'm Russ maybe now. You gotta,
and
Russell maybe.
And if I have any music stuff, I'll promote it when I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just the.
Or if you remember the link.
Yeah, if I remember the link.
Do you know what my follower alert is on Russ maybe now?
What?
Ooh, a friendly me!
Really?
Ah! Every time somebody follows.
Oh, that's funny.
Your favorite clip.
That is a funny clip.
All right, we'll see you guys. See you next time, everybody.
Adios.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Oh, look at that. Finishing sentences.
There you go. Oh, Christ.
Let's go eat.
Oh, I'm old.
Yeah, we're all old now.
Oh, God.
You all right?
No.
What the hell did you do?
Is it your knee?
No, it's not my name.
We're not off yet.
You're not going to do that.
We're
Just
not
let
all,
it sort of run.
Oh,
you know, you got to give that delay.
Yeah,
after show.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that because I was just about to pull the fucking cord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be bad. Then you can't archive it.
Well, that's the other thing that happens to me now because I've gotten older. I can't sit for too long and I can't stand for too long. There's no, you know what I can do? I can lay down all fucking day and I'm good.
That's it.
I can sit and stand, not for long.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks for the water bottle.
Sure.
Yeah,
enjoy.
thanks. I could use that for the gym.
No, you can. Just
Perfect
watch
time.
it first.
Why? What'd you do to it?
No, they came right out of the box when we had them shipped to us, and they smell like old plastic. Don't breathe that in, please. I would put it through the dishwasher first.
Tasty.
That's what I did for mine. I have like 15 of them in my house.
It smells like orange plastic. Not just plastic. It smells specifically like that color.
Orange plastic.
Yeah.
It smells like an orange crayon.
Did you have a quick 4K demonstration to show me, and then we'll go?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys.
You didn't even turn the friggin' thing off yet?